Hello everyone, welcome to Janapaksh. So today we are going to discuss on a very common yet confusing topic, which is right, left and the irony of right and left in India. So I am Vanam Tejasvi, I am a political analyst at Janapakshan, and here we have
I am Saurabh, I am a lawyer and I am a political analyst at Rashtra and at Janpaksha.
Okay. So, before going into the topic, I feel like we have to go into the origin of the topic. So, the right and left concept.
In the politics.
Yeah. So, in India, whenever people ask you anything related to politics, what do they ask us?
They ask like which political ideology you belong to, whether it is party-wise, BJP, Congress and these kind of things, basically.
Yes, and if I say left, then like what do they call me?
Yeah, whenever you are calling someone a leftist, people often confuse a leftist with a Marxist. But there is a lot of difference between leftist and the rightist. I guess better for this, for better understanding, you give an example of the what is the left politics, its origin and other things.
Okay, so as I said, like origin is important. The French Revolution, that is the point like where all this, the left and right has come, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the people who were sitting on the left were considered as a leftist, the people who were sitting on the right were considered as a rightist.
Okay.
But beyond that, the leftists are the complete pro-changers.
Yeah.
And the rightists are the people who believe in traditions, culture, and they feel like we need to change.
In the starting, when we talk about the people who were sitting on the left side, they were those people who were totally fed up with the system, which was like with the establishment. While when we talk about the rightists of that time, they were living in their luxuries. So they wanted like these things to be continued. And on the leftist people, they wanted these things which are going on, those dogmas, those traditions, those systems, they should be totally abolished.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why we say like leftists are people like who don't generally associate with religion, and they are more of the radicals who are like the complete changeover, the equality concept, etc.
And they call themselves the progressive also.
Yes, the progressive. So the people who belong somewhere to the center, neither left or right. So we have the centrist also.
Yeah.
Now talking about this spectrum, like when we are talking this is left and this is right. So today I feel like there is a lot of confusion. Though people put you in this box or that box, if I say that I am a rightist, people call me Sangi, Bhakt or like some.
So there are boxes among the boxes also. When we are calling about leftist, it is not necessarily the leftist must be a Marxist. There is a difference between left and the Marx. So when we have to understand the difference between leftist and the Marxist, we have to understand what is Marxism first of all. When we are going to explain the Marxism, there is a very long theory, and it would be it cannot be concluded in very short time. But we just understand the very definition of the Marxism. When we talk about the Marxism, it started with the Karl Marx theory. What he believed was that at that time it was believed that the capital is flowing from up to down. But Marx said this thing, that capital is flowing from down to up. Now we have to understand what is the up to down and down to up. What are these kind of concepts? See, the thing is that earlier it was believed this thing, that the capital is flowing from up to down. It means if I am having the money, I am establishing a factory, the money would go to the manager, after this thing the deputy manager, after this thing the leaders, the workers, and like that's how it would go. And that's how the workers' household would be running for day to day. But Marx said no, it is not like that. There are workers, they are generating the money, and after they are generating the things, those things are sold in the market, money is coming to the owner and money is directly going to the up. So the people who are at the downside, they remain deprived of the product or the value of the product which so they are only producing.
It's more like a prospect.
So like he is saying like money is going from down to up, and the people who are at downside, they are not there. That's why Marx said his very famous quote, the workers of the world unite. You have nothing to lose apart from your shekels.
Okay. So you mean to say that not all leftists are
Marxist? Yeah.
And Marxism is all about like going.
It's more about allocation of the resources.
The
generation.
What I believe is that there is a lot of intermixing which happens in India. Like we were discussing historically also. we have Savarkar, like who is the superhero of the right-wing
Yeah.
ideology in India.
Yeah.
Still, he is an atheist.
Yeah.
At the same time, like we have a lot of Marxist people who generally don't associate themselves to mainstream politics also, but still they believe that like they support the
Even
culture.
this definition
etc.
changes according time to time, place to place. For longer time, Savarkar was also considered leftist. That's why he was called to meet the Lenin.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the case with M.N. Roy also. When you talk about M.N. Roy, he is the founder of the CPI party in India.
Correct.
But at the same time, he also propagated for the development of language, culture,
Yeah.
and he was a good friend of the Savarkar.
Sure, sure.
So that spectrum which we are talking about is straight line politics, like this is left and this is right. It's like always in a dilemma. And when the important question which I would like to ask, that like we all know about Hitler, isn't it? So what do you think? Hitler is a leftist or like is he a rightist?
Of course, like whenever we're talking about right-wing ideology, the right wingers all around the world, they consider Hitler as their like Führer or like their king or like the person in which they are seeking their idols. But when we're talking about Hitler, it was something like a wolf in a sheep's coat.
Okay.
When Hitler started his political career, what happened was that like he started calling himself as a socialist.
Okay.
In fact, the name itself of his party was a German Socialist National German Socialist Party.
Okay.
Which in German pronunciation it became Nazi.
Okay.
So he started his career as a socialist.
Okay.
In fact, another good example here is that when we are talking about one of the most right winger party of the India, Shiv Sena.
Yeah.
They also started their career as against to the CPI. They were working among the laborers. They were working among the famous. They were working among the meal workers. At a time, they were providing employment to a lot of people in the Bombay.
Yeah.
Bombay was the hub of the laborers at the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
And Communist Party was Bombay was a stronghold of the Communist Party.
Yeah.
And just to counter them, they also started them calling themselves as socialist. And they also wanted the distribution of the resources, reallocation of the resources. Same way what Hitler said in the starting of his career. But slowly he became more radical. He leaned to his leaning toward the right side, toward a non-Marxian ideology. It was growing more powerful, and he was getting more and more vigorous.
Okay. So that tells us that the most of the people who started their journey,
Yeah.
like including the India, since the inception of the constitution, like we were more inclined towards the socialism in the beginning days, and then after with the 1990s, the liberalization, privatization, and globalization has given us more opportunities to explore the liberal.
Yeah,
world
they are like
also.
very famous example. It is being said like often like this, like before 1992 when we are like more pro-socialist, our movies were depicting like this thing, our psyche.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
would see in the villages like all the movies, the hero's mother, she would be very much poor. She would be tailoring the clothes, or she would be doing this kind of small menial jobs. And the hero would also coming from a very small background, and the
old
father of the heroine, he would be a big industrialist. Okay.
Usually the landlord is shown as
and
like
landlord would be shown in a very
Yeah,
bad
yeah.
light. It means like there was psyche. The psyche of the Indian people is that like somebody who is having the money, somebody who is having the capital, he must be an evil person. He must have
Okay.
earned this capital through some immoral way. But just after like 1992, we started seeing like in the hero's name, the heroes were coming
More
with a surname like
prosperous,
they were
wealthy.
prosperous. They were roaming in the Europe,
Yeah.
like DDLJ
the
and the
Karan
Hum Saath
Johar
Saath Hain and
movies.
like Karan Johar.
Yeah,
The era-
even like Telugu movies
but
everywhere also.
yeah, it took liberalization, economic
Okay.
liberalization
Okay.
to change
So
our
that
psyche.
change, yes, the overall change has happened in the society also. I accept it, but like I thought like today we will be more quoting the examples, like where there is like irony between the left to right and the right to left.
Yeah, correct.
So recently, when I was observing the news, then like we see that the Tamil Nadu politics was always interesting and is interesting. So in that, like where you observe that like the party which was like more and more like supporting the atheism or like not associating itself to the religion.
Or calling themselves adhere to the Periyar ideology.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, who was
So that's
atheist.
how like they had a huge set of following also. But now they are like moving more and more into the religious attributes.
Yeah, we have to see this thing, and the genesis of their party, they started their party by abusing the religions. And today for willing, they started
Abusing could be like a very big word, but that was a movement at that point of time.
Yeah. But now with the course of time, with the changing course of time, what they have done is that today, like now they are going for their endorsement with a sign like called arrow, arrow of the Lord Murugan, and these kind of things we see.
Okay, so they are ready to what you say, support the culture, which is like the majority culture, whatever it could be. Like
even when we talk about the Communist Party, the Kerala is like one of the like last fort of the Communist parties in India. When you see into this thing now, what they are doing, they are going all over the world. They are calling investment from the world. They are asking capitalists to come and invest their capital in the Kerala, which is a communist country. So you cannot say like this thing.
When we are talking about all these things,
another interesting point I would like to quote here. The Bengal, at a time it was a very strong hold of the Communist Party. When we talk about the Nandigram episode, you all know this thing, what happened there. The industry was about to set up their Tata Nano industry, it was about to set up. Who was calling that industry? Who was the person who was looking to like for that investment? Who were they? They were the leftist party.
Yes, leftist party.
It was leftist party who was calling for an investment. The Mamata Banerjee, she gave a slogan, Ma Mati Manush, which is like more and more regional. And she was opposing this thing with the Ma Mati Manush, and like they said, like we don't want this kind of investment, we don't want Tata Nano, that Singur project. And later like they had to move from Bengal to Gujarat.
Very recent example I would like to quote. So when you are looking at the journey of the BJP for that matter, so openly it's a very like right-winger party, or the biggest example we have for the right-wing party. But at the same time, the BJP has most of the tax policies, like the wealth tax increase you see, or like the taxation policies in the last 5 to 10 years you see, they are more and more like in a manner like they prove themselves to be the leftist. And when you are talking about the foreign direct investment, or the change in the policy matters for that matter, I accept that there is a pandemic going on, but still, don't you think that the visibility, the face which is available is totally different, and the mind which is working is also like little different in that manner?
Correct.
So it's not just the case with BJP or these people. For that matter, the new regional parties which are coming, like very small ones, they also have endorsed the more of the culturalism, the right wing things in the beginning. And when it is supporting like to go into the next liberal policies, then they have moved to that. For that matter, all the states which are asking the division of the states, the separation hood, etc. And even a very small parties like Janasena for that matter, like who started with the slogans of like the leftists, like the taking Che Guevara as an example.
They were supporting Che Guevara,
and now they are not afraid to take this heat from BJP. Like say like from right to left, this is like a very big leap.
Wherever they are going, they are doing Bharat Mata Aarti and like this kind.
So that putting a box into box is fine, but like changing the boxes itself and standing on the same line, like how do you see it? Like what exactly? Because an individual in India is always tagged that you are a leftist, I'm a rightist. So like then we get names like you are Librandu, or like someone is like Sanghi and all. But for the politician it doesn't matter. And the irony is that the vote bank politics are like a pulse. And like it's not like a straight line. If the right wing works, then they are okay with the right wing. If the left wing works, then they are okay with the left wing. But a voter is left on the main road, being an ideological person, fighting in Twitter somewhere.
That is correct. And when we are talking about rightist economic ideology and leftist ideology, we have to understand this thing. It is not just confined to the religion or like the culture or the ethos or the dogmas which are in the society. They are having much more like significant impact. They are economic policies. So when we are talking about right wing policies, one person, he might be very much pro to the nation, he might be very much pro to the land, to his soil, to his language, to his culture, to his ethos, to his belief system. But he might be believing in leftist ideology in the matter of the economics, when we talk about the finance. And in fact, we have seen this thing. The people who are coming with this kind of ideology, when we talk about their economic leanings, Their
Okay.
economic leaning is like not to that much the rightist. They are not going into a libertarian kind of concept. Somebody is rightist, it is not like they are like opposing the concept of libertarian even.
Okay.
Like where they are talking about the minimum governance. They are in fact talking about more and more and more governance.
Okay.
That is
Welfare
that is another policy. Like when we talk about leftist policy, when you look into the communist state or Soviet states, what was there? When we talk about novels like 1984, where George Orwell said that the big brother is watching you. The state is everywhere.
Yeah.
When you talk about right wingers, what they want is that they are talking like this thing that there should be more and more and more government
Okay.
everywhere. But it means what? It means that financially they are not in support of the concept of the right wing economy, right wing
Okay, the
economy.
government
Yeah.
policy.
Yeah.
Okay, that is understood, but like that is more visible for everyone in the country. So my personal point is same, that we accept that India is a land of philosophies. In India, you cannot sell philosophy to a person.
Yeah.
And we have like a lot of religions which
Yeah.
have origin here.
Yeah.
And so, for that matter, Madhyamarga has worked, and like whatever we are, like we are a blend of many
Yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah. So like nothing is like absolute truth.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that is accepted. But still, when a party announces that we belong here, and that ideology, people also will start supporting them. So somewhere it is because of the ideology also. Like when you look at the most of the supporters in Kerala for the Communist Party,
Yeah.
it's not charismatic politics, like
Yeah.
a leader politics.
Yeah.
It's about ideology politics.
Yeah.
And for that matter, even Shiv Sena also, it's not, of course, I accept it's a family politics, but still, it's more about like that localism, regionalism.
When we
and
talk
all.
about any kind of absolute party, when we're talking about any party which is based on an ideology, it is a very common thing like that they also go into the cult of personality.
Okay.
For example, like when you talk about the leftist politics or leftist parties, there are certain figures which have become cult.
Okay.
For example, in Shiv Sena, the Bal Thackeray, he has become a cult, and like he was taken as a cult, and like he would be worshipped as a cult. So when we talk about the Russia, the Stalin became the cult.
Okay. So finally, as a conclusion, like what I wish to conclude is that, so there is nothing like a straight line
Yeah.
in India,
Correct.
and there is nothing like left and right.
Yeah.
And even if it is there also, it's not there for the politician.
Correct.
And a person who is believing that like he is completely into the left, then like he will slowly have the leaning towards the right.
Yeah.
And a person who believes that like he is the only lover of the culture, exactly he is not, because it's protected by everyone.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm not saying that you don't need to own the ideology, but I'm saying that when the politicians and the parties are not owning it, it's becoming like a pulse rate.
Correct.
So that has to be openly observed. And putting someone into a box, not allowing the open questions to come, that is like very detrimental
Stereotyping, you
towards
mean to
the
say, yeah.
that stereotyping has to be gone.
Yeah.
Like in the coming youth also, like we have seen in the OTT platforms and different, like naming something as like you are a liberal and like I'm a misogynist, or like you are a right winger, I'm a left. That has to change.
That has to change. Correct.
That is my
That-
point.
that-
So
yeah.
what you would like to conclude?
No, that's what like since like before also we have as we have mentioned it earlier also, that India is the land of the seekers. When we
Okay.
talk about this thing, we have concept like Madhyamarga. We cannot say like this thing that your concept is the only concept, my concept is the only concept.
Okay,
We have
Anekatavada.
when we talk about the philosophy, we call it darshan. The darshan means the way you see the things. It may be differ from you.
Yeah.
My darshan might be different from your darshan. Your darshan might be different from my darshan.
Party to announce openly like a right winger and then like shift into the left wing
The
things.
party generally they do not like share their agenda like as a totally right winger.
So it is.
They take concept from here and there, like when Hindi we say like this thing kahin ka reet kahin ka patthar bhanumati na kunba joda or
Okay.
so like
So that has to be exposed to the people.
yeah. And there's nothing wrong in it.
Oh.
Stereotyping someone, it would be a what you call intellectual degradation, isn't it?
Oh. So I hope like what we wanted to convey gets conveyed.
Yeah.
And like it's not about like satisfying the left or right or
Yeah.
like the centrist.
Yeah.
But let's feel that whatever the right questions which need to be asked in democracy, that can come from right, that can come from left,
Yeah.
and you can move from left to right, you can move in a circle also.
Yeah.
That's totally fine
Yeah.
until you are concerned about your country and its welfare.
Yep.
Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.